Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. The Scot Nats are absolutely desperate. They are looking everywhere they can for pro-union bias, for anti-SNP spin. They're looking to see where anything that they can complain about is then listened to and acted on to make it look as though they are victims. They're trying to victimise themselves, presumably for sympathy. But this particular victim search, shall we say, this particular aspiration, and I'm going to use that word specifically, they were aspiring to victimhood, has kind of backfired. An MSP, now admittedly it's an unnamed one, presumably because they don't want their name out there, because it'll be really, really embarrassing. But this unnamed MSP it is a Scot Nat, he's an SNP MSP, and he's complained to the BBC about their pro-union bias because they've photoshopped an image of Nicola Sturgeon coming out of the airport lounge at Edinburgh Airport. And the BBC have responded by saying, well, actually, thank you very much for raising your complaint about pro-union bias. But in actual fact, it wasn't photoshopped. It is a genuine photograph, because she was, of course, coming out of the expensive first-class lounge at Edinburgh Airport, because she was wont to do those things. She was quite happy to let the taxpayer pay for her to quaff champagne in the first-class lounge before she gets on her business-class flight for a 50-minute flight to London. Why she can't just travel like everyone else, who knows? Anyway, we'll take a look at this article, but it does go to show that this perceived bias everywhere they're looking for is just an act of sheer desperation by a party who knows it's dying on its feet. Here goes. So Nat MSP complains to the BBC about a photoshopped image of Nicola Sturgeon that isn't photoshopped. You sad, sad man. The image showed the former SNP leader outside the Aspire lounge, see why I called it aspiring, at Edinburgh Airport, but it was picked up by Cybernats as an example of pro-union bias, because how dare you show a picture of real events? It's obviously biased when you're showing exactly what happened in its truest form. A nationalist MSP has reportedly complained to the BBC about the use of a, quote, photoshopped image on its website, despite it being completely genuine. The national broadcaster used a picture of Nicola Sturgeon at Glasgow Airport's Aspire Lounge. Are you sure? Because it says underneath there it's Edinburgh. But anyway, she didn't do a flight from Glasgow to Edinburgh, surely. Anyway. And it did it on its story for a massive credit card bill racked up by civil servants in Scotland. £14 million? Among the items purchased was VIP treatment for Miss Sturgeon at airports when she was the First Minister, and I've covered that in the video, and we've done that. Now, coverage of the story has enraged SNP supporters online as criticism mounts about the use of public money. They're very, very angry. These people are getting so angry. How dare you tell the truth? How dare you tell people what is actually happening? How dare you tell people that Nicola Sturgeon is expecting the Scottish taxpayer to fund her lavish lifestyle? That's not how it should be, and by doing that, you're being biased. These people live in a cloud cuckoo land. Anyway, among those to hit the roof was a pro-Nat Twitter account called MSM Monitor, which claimed the picture of Miss Sturgeon was a Photoshop. It told its followers, which includes SNP politicians. BBC Scotland has photoshopped an image of Nicola Sturgeon waving on day one of the SNP conference in October 2018 onto a picture of Glasgow Airport Aspire Lounge. This is cheap tabloid political propaganda, they say, they claim. But unfortunately, they, of course, are idiots. However, it has emerged that the picture is genuine, and it was taken in 2015 at Edinburgh Airport, and it is available to news outlets on Getty. BBC Scotland journalist Philip Sim has now confirmed an MSP complained about the image. He said on Twitter, "The weird disinformation is easily disproved by a simple search. And yet an actual MSP is among those who found the time to make a complaint to the BBC about it. Because these people are too stupid to do a back check on images. And it's so easy to do. But they can't because they don't know how to do it. Because even though it's simple, they're simpler." MSN Monitor, who was also forced into retracting the initial allegation, stating, "We were quick to complain when the BBC Scotland gets it wrong, so it's only right when we admit when we've got it wrong. The image of Nicola Sturgeon standing outside the VIP lounge in Glasgow Airport is indeed genuine, except of course it was Edinburgh Airport." They went on to say, "Our apologies to BBC Scotland. Our tweet has been deleted." Well, nice to admit that you got it wrong. Anyway, it emerged on Tuesday that nearly £10,000 has been spent on luxury lounges at airports between September 19 and August 22. Around 58,000 transactions were detailed in total, including trips to Edinburgh Zoo and copies of books with speeches by Miss Sturgeon. What on earth? What on earth do MSPs want to do trips to zoos for? If you want to see some really wild, rough animals, just look in the members' lounge at Holyrood. The way they eat, it's like animals, isn't it? It's not known which MSP complained about the picture. The BBC has been contacted for comment, but they ain't going to tell either. But it would be fantastic to know which of them it was. It would be truly spectacular. Whoever it was would be ripped a new corn shoot when they get back to Holyrood after the break. How can you possibly complain about a genuine picture as though it was photoshopped when it's quite clearly not? I do a lot. I mean, you know, I do the thumbnails, my videos. You can always tell. You can always tell lighting and edging and things like that. And you can tell when it isn't. And all you got to do is zoom in, and it's quite simple to tell if something has been photoshopped or not. Let me tell you, that hasn't, and it is genuine, and you can do a back check on it. So you can you save the image, and then you can go back and do a Google check on the image. It is not a major issue, but apparently it is for them. Bit dim. Anyway, I shall round off and come up, but it just goes to show these people are constantly looking for victimhood. There's not really a lot more you can say about that. It's a simple thing to do, but it goes to show that they're so desperate all the time. They know they're not going to win. They know they're going to be beaten, and they're looking now in advance for excuses. Oh, it was pro-union bias by the BBC. Oh, it was this. Oh, it was that. And it quite clearly isn't. It's just people absolutely fed up with this bunch of clowns and their particular brand of circus entertainment. Anyway, I shall finish there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see here on the channel, do please hit the subscribe button. And really do. They're being a bit shady about the numbers at the moment. And I've actually gone backwards in terms of numbers. And yet, when you look at the videos, not one of them has, or very, very, very few, you ever lose a subscriber. And yet, the numbers are just, they're not falling badly. But yeah, every now and again, you're chipping away. So something's a bit dodgy on that one. So if you're one of the regular viewers who hasn't yet subscribed, do please subscribe. Let's get that up, because it's about 35% of my regular viewers are subscribed, and I would like to get that number up. That'd be great. Just gets us out there. Just means that we can push the truth a bit more. Anyway, until next time, stay safe, stay well, and remember, Photoshop is so easy to detect. Don't fall for it. Bye.